This is Mungo Darkmatter, and welcome to Dark Matters. Today on Dark Matters, we're going to discuss Firestorm, which is the most popular third-party client for Second Life. Firestorm is similar to the current version of the official Second Life client, but there are some minor differences and some few niceties in it. The previous version of Firestorm was called Phoenix, and some of the features they put in Phoenix actually, I think, influenced some of the features that they put in the most recent version of the official client itself. So the third-party viewers not only have like some specialized things to them or some alternative interfaces, they also kind of feed into the development of the official version of the Second Life client. So basically what happened is a couple of years ago, Linden Labs put their viewer out for open source and allowed people to kind of develop their own viewers or their specialized viewers. Of course, one of the Linden Labs' concern is always security, and so they have tightened down things a little bit on the third-party viewer market on things that they thought were possible security threats to the system and such. And so some features that were available in older third-party clients are no longer available, and some features that were available in third-party clients have become, as I said, part of the official client. I'm going to just run through Firestorm real quick and a few things in here, and a lot of the stuff is now available in the current Second Life official client, and some of them are semi-secret but not real secret, but you need to know a few things to access them. So I'm going to show you that, and I'll tell you what's the same or different in the new viewer, the new official viewer. So let's get started. Alright, now one of the first things down here, I'm going to click on people down here. Now, this is actually a feature that was put into Phoenix and other third-party viewers. There was a viewer called Imprudence that had this feature, and it was called Radar, and it's now under people. And the thing about Radar was it would show you how far somebody was away from you. So you've got the range here, and you see these different people here, and it has the closest person up at top and people farther away. You can actually right-click on here and view their profile, add them as friend, IM them, call them, do all sorts of things. You can actually track them as well, which will put a thing on the map. If I track this person right here and I open up the actual map, you'll see this little red circle is where that person actually is. So I could switch people right here and right click on this and go track, and you'll see it will track that person next. We just click clear on the map there to get rid of that. So you can follow where they are or see where they are on the map at least. And it will give you the range, it will give you the avatar age, and it will give you how long they've been seen by your viewer. So basically, as soon as the viewer sees it, it kind of says, okay, they've been in view for this long. That way you can tell, you can also sort by this. So if somebody newer comes in, you can sort it by when they were seen and see who's been there longest or the least amount of time. So that's a nice feature. So you can tell a lot about people around you with this feature. It was originally called Radar, now it's called Nearby People. Now the new viewer has Nearby People, but it doesn't show as much information about them. It just shows their name, but you can right click on it and get their profile and other things. So that's a nice little feature that was originally added in Phoenix, which is carried over into Firestorm. It's carried over in a little different way. Now if you go down to settings here, I believe this is unique to Phoenix as well. I can show the mini map above this radar and the list of people that are nearby, which is a nice feature because instead of putting the mini map separate, you can have it together. It's a very nice feature. I believe this feature actually first appeared in the Prudence viewer a long time ago, where you had like a list of how far the people were away and everything. The other thing is, if you go actually to the mini map, you can hover over someone and it should tell you who they are and how far they are away. And that will do that on the official client now too, which is very nice. So that's one feature that's was kind of pushed by Phoenix slash Firestorm now. What the third-party clients did a lot of is they added information that you could see more easily about people. So instead of just seeing there's a dot somewhere, you could actually begin to see, hey, who this is and how far they are exactly away, and let me view their profile, see who they are really. Alright, now, there are a couple of secret menus up here. In Phoenix, there used to be like actually a Phoenix menu, which is no longer exists. But if we hold down Control Alt and hit D, we will get an advanced menu right up here next to the help. And if we hit Control Alt Q, we will get a developer menu. Now, why it's not Control Alt D for developer and Control Alt A or something for advanced is beyond me, and why it's Q for developer, I don't know the answer to that. Control Alt D has been the shortcut for advanced for a long time, and the official viewers have had advanced for a long time as well. But both of these menus are available in the official version of Second Life by hitting Control Alt D for the advanced and Control Alt Q for the developer. And they have some extra stuff in here. Now, menus are pretty much the same now. There used to be some other things in Phoenix that weren't in the third-party viewer or the official viewer. But that's kind of changed now. If we go down here under Developer, which is a newer menu, and go down to Show Look At, let's see if we got, let me just turn around here. If you see this crosshair right up here, it's kind of gray. It's just a little bit hard to see. This is where this avatar in front of us is actually looking at. Sometimes you can actually see your own. Let me try this. Sometimes you can actually see your own crosshair. The crosshair will have the person's name. Let's go back over here. There's a crosshair and it has the person's name there. So, for instance, if one of the avatars was looking directly at me, I might see their crosshair appear right where I'm looking at. The crosshair doesn't always show up for everyone for some reason. It was actually a little more reliable in Phoenix for some reason, and I don't know why that is, but that's just the way it is. Anyway, one advantage to that is you can see if somebody's looking at you, or you have a better idea what they're looking at. There's also a show point at, which is whatever the person is pointing at. So a lot of people use the show look at. So if somebody IMs you and goes, "Why are you looking at me?" You know that's how they knew you were looking at them. They have the show look at on, and that's now on the official viewer now, as well as the third party viewers. It was not on the official viewer until the most recent version, I believe. At least I haven't seen it until the most recent version. So that is something to be aware of. Alright, now let's go over here and let's go to preferences real quick. Preferences here, if you go to preferences, very similar to the preferences you'll have on the third party, but they'll have a Firestorm preferences too. And the Firestorm preferences will add stuff that aren't in the third party viewer. Basically what Firestorm is doing now is they have the third party interface and they add their own components in, and if the third party viewer adds the newer component, I think they try to pretty much keep it where it would be on the third party viewer in their viewer. So you've got all these different extra abilities that you can do. These are really things. I'm just bringing this to your attention. You may look at that at some point if you are curious about it, but it would take many videos to get through all of these different extra things in here. We will do another video at some point about preferences for the client, because there are some nice things that you can do in the preferences that are common to both Firestorm and the official version of the client that are useful. A little dot above my head right here. See, that dot indicates that I have voice on. I'm going to turn that off. There's it. Voice settings. You can disable voice, and that little thing disappears there. Actually, these little circles, if somebody talks using voice, so you know that it's their avatar talking, little like sound wave animations will come out of that. Alright. So that's that. Another feature that Firestorm now has is it has an animation override kind of built into the interface, which is supposed to be better than the official client. I haven't tried using that yet. My animation override is over here, and it works both on Firestorm and Second Life itself. So I won't go over that. But anyway, this is just like a real quick tour of the Firestorm viewer, and we showed you where the advanced and the developer menus are. It's always good to kind of experiment with the viewers and look around and see what features they have in the menus and what you can change. In future videos we'll do some highlights on some of the things that you can change and adjust. I will put a link to where you can get the Firestorm viewer in the video if you want to try it out. I'm Mungo Darkmatter. This has been Dark Matters, and whatever you do, enjoy playing Second Life.